I'm Becca, Roarr! And today I'll show y'all how to do a full theatrical cosmetic application. Yeah, here we go. So firstly, I have my little table desk here that can fold out, so I just keep it on my lap like that. And then for a station, we learned at Sheridan that we firstly lay out our stations with quite long napkins. You see? Napkins! Roar! Roar! Ha! Yeah, I shout roar. Don't be scared. I'm friendly. Ha! Roar! Alright, here we go. And you will need napkins, wedge sponges. These ones by Joe Fresh are the most fragile ones. I do not believe they have latex in them, though be sure to check for that if you have a latex allergy. They're foamy, and they're like, if you have little jewels and decorations on your hand or face or something, these will not knock them off. Yeah. And then I have my concealers, and of course my little alcohol spray bottle, and my own mascara and eyeshadow, and little eyeshadow brushes, and setting spray. Roar! 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 My palette and palette knife, some lipstick and eyeliner, and some CC cream I would add to the foundation just to make it a little brighter. And my foundations. This one is my color and my own. This one actually is a really cool one. I found it at the exhibition in Toronto at the makeup tent one day. And it comes out in a white liquid with beads. And they dissolve and match to your own skin color. So it's really cool and easy. Yeah, I mean, obviously I could color match it if I had to, though I don't have to. Yeah. Radical! And here we go. I have my highlighter and blush and darker blush that I use for a contour. Yeah, especially if you needed cheap products to just have done what you wanted to do, you will encounter a lot of products that you can use for more than one purpose. And glitter. Woo ha! Radical! Okay. Woo! Yes, of course, you can have some Q-tips too and other sponges in case we need that. Though, I'm pro enough to not need that. On myself anyway. If I was doing it at a theater for other actors, I would definitely have swabs and Q-tips. Okay, so, woo, here we go. Take out a sponge and my foundation, and I squirt a bit onto my palette. Woo! 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 And I add some of the magical self-adjusting color foundation. There. And some of the CC I talked about. Also. Woo! Right there. And I take my palette knife and I stir it together. Make sure it's stirred well, similar, I guess, to the paint ideal. And then onto my sponge. You could also use a brush, a foundation brush. Though today I just use a sponge because that's really all you need. And we just in order to accomplish your whole face with quite a little bit of product, make sure while the product is still wet, you dab it all over your face, and then so you can go in with the fine tuning and blending after all the product is distributed. Alright, all distributed. See, I'm fast. Fast Roarr. Alright, and yes, obviously I started with no makeups at all. Here we go, blending. Right, make sure the transition from your nose to your eye, you do not forget. Simply, and then, if this were a regular application, I would say to use sunscreen, though because it's not, and you will be in a theater, you don't need to use sunscreen. Because, yeah, we learned at Sheridan that the A, B, and C ultraviolet rays can still, even if it's a cloudy day, be very damaging. So, yes, be careful and use a bit of sunscreen, at least, that has a SPF 15 or 30, depending how light you are or dark you are. Still, the minimum recommendation is 30. Blending. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Do. And we're done. See, that was easy. And I would go to my neck if I needed it. Though today I don't need it. Though remember to not forget your neck and add some foundation there too. Generally. Woo! Generally. Okay, so now the next step is eyeshadow. And yes, I say eyeshadow before eyeliner because if you're doing top eyeliner, like the dust, and even bottom liner, the dust from the eyeshadow can cloud over the eyeliner. Usually I would say to do eyeliner first, though, because, again, theatrical, I've learned to, if you don't want the eyeshadow to kind of fade your eyeliner, do eyeshadow first. Woo! Also, one of the first things I learned in theater when I was like 13 about eyeshadow was to either correspond or complement your eyes. I have chocolate brown eyes, so I use a purple. Woo! If you had blue eyes, you would likely use a blue eyeshadow, and green eyes, a green eyeshadow. You don't have to, obviously, it's just to bring out your eyes. Usually, you would use a color similar to your eyes. Yeah. Generally. So here I have a nice little eyeshadow disposable brush I got from a dollar store. Yes, it came with eyeshadow and mascara wands, though I've used those already. Okay. So here we go. Gorgeous little eyeshadow. Woo! Woo! If I was not doing this on myself, I would spray the eyeshadow little cake there, and I would also scrape off the little eyeshadow bits from the cake to my palette, and then use the brush from the actor to my palette to the actor. That is what I would do if I was doing it on you. Though because I'm not, I just simply dipped my brush onto my own little product. Yes, of course we remembered the cleanliness. Never ever use your fingers if you apply it on others. Unless they tell you it's fine. Still, definitely be sure they watch you wash your hands, and be sure that's only a last resort. Always try to use little brushes. Oh, yes. to the side, and here we go. Here we go. One done. Check it out. Woo! And we're blending, blending, blending. Get the shape of the transition from my lid to my brow bone just right up there. Hey, maybe I do need Q-tips after all. Haha, no I don't. Haha, if I did, I would just use it to adjust the shape of the powder there. Woo! And we're blending, and we're done. Woo! See how easy that was? That was easy. Easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. Now we hit it with the eyeliner. 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 Okay, so I always do a bottom liner. That is my favorite of top or bottom. Lower is what I would rather do. You can follow out to where you stop the eyeshadow if you want for kind of a base frame. That's what I usually just do, a bit like halfway between your brow and your eye. That's where I usually stop my liner. And because this is stage liner, it's good to not stop right at your eye, though go a bit out so it can be seen from far away simply. That's the point. And again, this is my own liner. If I was doing it on an actor, I'd have a little jar of eyeliner. I would take my palette knife and I would scoop it out and put it on my palette and use the brush to apply it to the actors. And I bought this eyeliner at Shoppers Drug Mart. Yeah, you can get liners at Sephora, obviously, if you have some money to spend. Like the cheapest eyeliner I've bought from Sephora was like $12 or $18, like nearly $20. So yeah, the Shoppers Drug Mart's usually the way to go. And Hot Topic has good eyeliners, and even the dollar store has some pencil eyeliners. Though, yeah, that was like a few years ago in like 2010. Now I've seen these kind of radical, more jelly marker liners that twist, and you don't have to use an external sharpener for them. My favorite are the retractable twist ones. Woo! This was about like $9-10 at Shoppers Drug Mart by CoverGirl. Okay, now, oh, hold up, I needed my eyelash glue because I would easily simply just do top liner, though I should show y'all while we're here how to do falsies. Falsies, so here we go. Alright, I'm back. Roarr! Before we start with the falsies that I found my radical, like, edge tweezers for, I don't need tweezers now, though still I will gladly use them. I found a set of like 5 different shaped tweezers also at a dollar store. So, before we get started on that, like I said, we should do the blush and contour and highlighter first. Highlighter first. Woo! Okay, I will be needing a brush for this, so here we go. I did forget to show you how to use concealer, so then I remembered. I don't really need it, though if someone did need it, I would apply it. Oh, come on. Here we go. Here we go. I would see what color they were, and again, I would take the palette knife. I would scrape some very small bit because this stuff goes a lot more than it looks like. And then, as before, I would kind of flatten it and crush it and stir it so it's not all wasted with one little tiny area. And then I would take what I needed and add it to the area. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Woo! Okay, so now here we are with blushers. Start with this blush brush, and of course, make sure you have other tissues available. So because I've used my palette knife for the other products, the first thing I do is use the alcohol bottle and spray it off, and then I clean it with the tissue, another tissue obviously, then my station, and then I take my little blusher, and then I scrape some off the little original container onto the palette. My palette, as you see, easy as 1, 2, 3. Easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And I crushed it. You see? Yeah, that it doesn't only apply to the creamy products, also to the powders. Also powders. So I take my blush brush. These are what the big fluffy ones are. I go to the apples of my cheeks here. Right here. Right there. And then obviously simply the other side there. Right, the apples right there. This really light color is one of my favorites. It contrasts nicely with the dark eyeshadow and light blush. Well, when you're thinking stage, though, you may want to go with a darker one for, again, simple distance visibility. This one I just used for the sake of my tutorial, and because it is my favorite. You see? Woo! I really like Rosy Pink by Mark Wins. Okay, there we go. Now I spritz off the brush, and I clean it with the clean tissue, and then we repeat the same method with our darker blush that I use as the contour for today. Contour. This is by Revlon. We scrape it a bit onto the palette, and then, yes, of course, I used the other side of the knife that I didn't use for the blush one, so I might as well cleanse them off again right now, because that is all the contour I'm going to need. Yeah. You can use a different brush. We have angle brushes for contour, though, yeah, this one can easily be done with a blush brush. Contour. Woo! Right there, see? Right at the hollows of your cheeks. Easily. I say a useful way to measure mine is from the tragus of your ear right there to near the center of your eye. Although everyone has different face shapes, though that's a little ruler I found for mine. easy as 1, 2, 3. 3 is my favorite number. Woo! Okay. Okay. Woo! Woo! Now we have left is the highlighter. 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 Woo! Okay, so you saw I just cleansed the palette knife off. The same I'll glide for here. This is already crushed powder, so I'd be very careful to get what I need onto my palette. Finished! And now, can't forget to spritz the brush off so the contour color does not go to my highlight area. Remember that. Did it! Woo! Okay, here we go. Your highlighter domain is right below your eye to your blush area. You see? Blush is here, contour here, highlighter here. Here are, I called it the Neapolitan ice cream combo. It turns out I'll need a little bit more highlighter after all. So yes, I take a little bit out of my cake, my little jar, and I scoop it, dump it out. Easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Woo! Oh, look at that. I'm being a lot more sparing than I usually am. I'm usually quite an indulgent product user and use too much. Though, maybe it's opposite day. Okay, come on. Up here. There we go. There we go. There we go. As you can see, I do it right from about the center of the third quarter, not the center, the third quarter of my eye, or the third, 1, 2, 3, true, not quarter, the last third of my eye to my temple. To my temple. So yeah, that's the area I recommend you apply your highlighter. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now it's visible. Ultra visible. And so now, before we go with the false eyelashes, we have our foundation, concealer, eyeshadows, eyeliner, blush, mascaras, and highlighter. We use a setting spray to make sure it doesn't just get knocked off. Woo! You can use a lot less than that if you feel you have sprayed all your products. This is an Essence one. I got at Shoppers Drug Mart very cheaply. And it does have some glitter and shimmer in it, in case if that is or is not what you want to go for. Simply keep that in mind. Sure, yes, you get all the little drips of it. And there you have it. Now, we get started with the falsies. Falsies. Woo! I have so many. I got from Spirit Halloween. I have glow-in-the-dark ones, pink ones, orange ones, feather ones, brown ones, blue ones, and gold ones. And the ones I'd say for a standard theater ones are some casual black ones, black ones. I also got lots of those at Sheridan as well. And also the glue, I got the falsy adhesive from Spirit Halloween. You can shop there online virtually all year. Now, let's use some orange ones. Or no, should I use some silver ones? Woo! Yeah. Cool. I'd say that's a happy medium between regular and extravagant. Okay, so how we do the falsies is we open the adhesive. Firstly, you make sure you know if they're measured, which side you want to the inner corners and the outer corners. Simply, these are my own falsies. I know what they are, though if you are new to falsies, you always firstly simply measure if they fit your eyes and which corner is inward and outward. Okay, so you apply. Be very careful with this process. Some falsi glue can be very watery and runny. Some can be really thick. And they all should dry clear. This stuff of mine is pretty darn thick. Now, because it started off really runny, though I've had it for quite a long time. And so, I should get other stuff. BRB. Alright, woo! Roarr! At Sheridan, from Sheridan, I was supplied with this stuff, falsy-wise, and then usually when you buy a set of falsies, a little tube of glue comes along with them as well. So I have this stuff and this stuff, and I will use both to show you how they work. Okay, so for my left one, love these tweezers. Give this a try. This is not the Sheridan stuff. This is the stuff that came along with the falsies. I'm not sure what company it was because honestly that rubbed off. As you see, it's very clear and watery. You apply it directly on the one, this end that will be going on your eye, of course. A nice generous few drips right along the lash line. There, and then there, and then we let that dry for a few minutes. Because if you instantly put your falsies on right after you apply the adhesives, it's like too watery. They just would fall right off. And then, with the Sheridan stuff, I will apply it on the one I was firstly attempting. Get the spirit stuff off of it. There we go. A little bit's gone. Oh my gosh, that's what I'm talking about. Shake it a bit to see if it's really watery. And if you have little bubbles like that, you can pop them and they turn to nice drips. Okay. There. And now I will adjust, because you see some got on the lashes themselves. Make sure you get that off as soon as possible. And then simply switched it to where it's supposed to go. And again, we let them dry. Let them dry for a few minutes. Try to keep their sides a little up and off the table because you want them drying to your eyes, not the palette. Okay, well, we should get started on lips. And again, this is for girls, boys, all genders. This is a universal, general, theatrical tutorial. Okay. lips, Roarr. I have a nice red, matte, drying, really nice, solid Maybelline lip color. This is my own again. If I were to be applying it on another actor, I would spray the wand with alcohol. I would spray this part with alcohol. I would dip it in and rub it to my palette, then apply it with a brush. With this stuff and the eyeliner we got from Sheridan, you have to be so careful, like your first application, because if you mess up, you have to have your Q-tips ready instantly because it dries in like 4 seconds and it dries real solid. So yeah, I'm a master. Yeah, I'm done. And now check the falsies, because I applied this one as adhesive first. Obviously, it would be more dried, so we should give this a try. Is it dry enough yet? Oh, suspenseful. Woo! Love these. Such an even application these get. Wow, geez, that was in literally one press. I am a master. I am a master. And now, the other ones. Oh, come on. I guess we'll have to see about applying a little more of the falsy glue. Oh, darn it. These little glitches do happen, so be prepared. You may need to reapply things, so we easily have them reapplied. While that's waiting to dry, we can apply some glitter. Glitter, glitter, glitter. Woo! This stuff is so watery, like I shake it and then absorb it to the sponge. Another reason why I love these sponges is because they're not, like, they are absorbent and the stuff doesn't just drip right off. Like some other sponges I've used, the stuff just rolled right off. ready for the stage. Yeah, 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 yeah. Alright, the other falsies should be ready. Ready. Of course, I can feel where my own eye borders are, so it's actually easier for me to do falsies on myself without tweezers, because I know my own pain tolerance and I have my own precision, like specifications memorized. Usually, I would, of course, be adjusting falsies on another actor with tweezers. And we're done! We can have one more dose of setting spray if you want, though that can be kind of an issue to wash out of your falsies, though. It's doable, obviously. Anything's possible. I had fun, y'all. Alright. And we're finished. Bye, Roarr. Roar! Oh, Cliff Notes, by the way, drat, I can't forget mascara. Yeah, if you're doing falsies, you don't need mascara, though it doesn't hurt to have it, and obviously to show you, if you don't have falsies, what to do. And sometimes, even if you do have falsies, you can apply mascara as well for an extra blend. Here we go. This is my own brush, of course. If I was doing it on another actor, I would have disposable mascara wand brushes or a washable brush. And yes, I definitely have those. Yeah. Little by little, it's like a building blocks. And they say you can't do mascara with your mouth closed. Not that it's open like wide. I'm just saying, yeah, it's possible to do just your mascara easily. Nice and even looking, equidistant lashes. I know that's hard to master, though. It's not all that hard. You can feel where your brush is going and how to, have the product distributed to your lashes as you wanted. There we go. Next one. And when you pull your brush out of the bottle, you see an extra lump of product there. That is actually good to get started on your lashes, so you won't be having too much or too little. It is just right. Take your times, don't rush. Try to be fast, though still, it's better to take your times, of course. Instead of just almost like I did, getting the mascara on somewhere you did not plan and then having to get the products to remove that, then start all over again. The process of collision and not teasing, though, going the opposite way, kind of into the curve. You see, I'm kind of blinking my lashes as I move the brush upward. Lashes downward, brushward upward. Brushward upward. I guess that's why a lot of people can open their mouths wide too, because they feel that adjusts their lashes to where they wanted for there to get the brush where they wanted. Now, we're done. Finished. Now we're done. I would hit another round of setting spray after the mascara has dried for a few minutes, or if one single minute, a few seconds. So yeah, even if you tear up on stage or the lights make your eyes tear, the mascara shouldn't run too badly. So yeah, here we go. Done. Now we're fully flawless, finished. Roar! Roar!